Hello, I'm Toycat and I'm a little bit lost. And you know what? I think that's okay. I think sometimes being found is really important, but sometimes being lost is probably just as important. And that sounds absurd. I always hate when people say things that literally make the opposite of sense, right? That was just a shirtless man running past me. That's the first person I've seen in 20 minutes. And it's just whatever. Anyway, is that safe? But sometimes, I'm lost with my point on this video. But no, I hate when people say things that literally are the opposite of true, right? Like, oh, it's funny if I say black is green because it's not, and that's like artistic remedy or whatever. But I really do think, and I think a lot, especially when I'm going for a walk through a nice little forest, like this. I think a lot that honestly, it always seems like you should be, focusing, working on something all the time. Whether that means on your life, your relationships, the gym, running through a forest with your shirt off, whatever you've got to do, right? You want to focus on something that matters all the time, because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you care about something in your life? Why are you not progressing on the things you need to do? And then, even focusing on recreation can seem like a thing you're meant to do. But one of the things I feel like is missing, especially in a world where every task is more intense than it's ever been. Something that I feel like is missing in the modern world is the idea of actually taking a break. Not taking a break and looking at your phone, not taking a break and getting activities done that you've forgotten throughout the day. Those things are probably important too. But actually taking a break. I feel like some people utilize this in the form of meditation, right? Focus on nothing. But sometimes you need to do something, whatever activity it is, that allows you to focus on literally nothing. And honestly, again, whenever I hear someone say do nothing, it's well, easy to say that when you don't have X number of things you've got to do, important ideas to come up with, important this or important that. But I think doing nothing is really important because it allows you, even having one of the things I do is I spend 20 seconds sometimes just clearing my brain of all the cookie and whatever build up, I don't know why my brain's a computer in this analogy, clearing the RAM cache, but I actually like to spend some time doing that every now and then, because it allows you to, when you've cleared all of that, the stuff you put in there first is the most important stuff. Whereas if you don't, clear your brain, if you don't get rid of all the baggage, things that are not solvable, like relationship difficulties, problems with this or that can't affect what you're doing right now, they'll weigh on you heavily, and they'll affect your ability to actually progress. And that's actually one of the things that one of the changes I feel like I've made in my life that is actually somewhat positive is walking. I really love finding any form of trail. It doesn't matter how useful or unuseful. I say as I walk into a giant pile of mud that my shoes are not ready for this in the slightest. But I wear sock shoes. I say this a lot, but oh man, this is awful. This is terrible. I take back what I said. Don't ever do this. But oh Jesus. But one of the things I've enjoyed doing recently is walking through whatever form of path I can find. Just give me a way forward, or even don't give me a way forward, but just give me very little to think about while still making some form of progress, both fitness-wise, but also, it gets the exploration part of my brain going in a really cool way. And I think it's really important to do things that are nothing, because they make the rest of your time more efficient. And I feel as someone who cares a lot about efficiency, doing nothing seems horrific on the surface. But the truth is, spending 1 hour doing something, 100%, matters way more than spending 6 hours doing something at 10%, or even 9 hours at 10%, or 9 hours at 11% if you want to get really silly on this. And that's not to mention the fact that you can spend those 8 hours doing something else on whatever else. Because even doing 2 hours at 75%, we're just going to get into maths problems here if we keep going on. But yeah, I enjoy walking. I'm in Houston right now. Things are good. I think I'm going to get sunburnt because there's strong recommendations to wear insect repellent and sunscreen, and I bought sunscreen, I got sunscreen from a subscriber here in Houston, and then entirely forgot to put it on as I'm walking through the deep sun. But yeah, it's beautiful around here. I like it a lot. I just saw a second person, and that's my cue to say goodbye.
Thanks. A bunch of riders behind me.
All right, thank you. And what a nice stranger that was. Goodbye. We actually are there. see, if he thinks he's telling the truth, but he's telling a lie, is he a good person or is it the opposite? There's your philosophical debate for the comments. He's not lying though. Okay, goodbye.